we looked at a very powerful idea of rounding off approximation, and we could make out that it is really helpful, right? It was really helpful in answering a very complicated set of questions, and it's going to be helpful in operations as well, that is addition and subtraction between big fat numbers. That's what we're looking at. So why do we need it? It's the same reason. It makes our job easy, it makes the communication easy, and yeah, it saves a lot of time. That's the main factor. So we are looking at approximation and addition. So adding using approximation basically. So we have 55,000 odd people attending an event and 38,000 people odd attending evening event. We can quickly estimate that we had around 1 crore people attending. Sorry, 1 lakh people attending the show. You guys agree? So if I had to add this to, I would have got some weird number. I'm not able to add it in my head as well. I can sit and add it, but it will take a lot of time. But so easily and so, within fraction of second, I was able to add up and come up with 1 lakh. Is it not? Even while reading this, I read it as approximation. I approximated that, telling that 55,000 people attended. Here 38, actually 39 would be a better approximation over here. 39,000 people attended. See, even while communicating to you guys, while reading this question as well, I was lazy. I approximated in my head. It was not intentional, as in I didn't think too much about it. I just did it. That's the whole funda. And that is extended to things being added. A better approximation is 55,000 plus 39. So basically 54 plus 40. So that is 94 would have been a better approximation. So if you ask me, I will tell 94,000 people attended the show. Yeah. So we have a set of question. It's a pretty good set of question and you don't have to do a lot. It's quite simple. I would want you guys to pause because you already learned approximation. Then it's just a matter of addition, right? Post approximation. You approximate and then add. Yeah, guys. Here the idea is that you approximate. So here the idea is to approximate and then add. Okay. So please pause and try it out. I hope you guys tried it. So we have 4,63,000 odd being added to 4,19,000. So we have two people and their estimation is 8 lakh and another's estimation is 9 lakh. Now the question is who has a better estimate, right? That's the first question. So what should we do? Let's approximate to nearest lakh. Okay, no, 10,000. So let me do that. Rounding off to, I don't have space. Let's rounding to nearest 10,000. We end up with 4,63,000 is a down number, so this will not change. Here, 1 is under consideration, but the number influencing that is 9, so that will round it up, so making it as 20. And the result turns out to be 8,80,000. So who has a better approximation? S2. So answer for us over here is S2. Will the sum be greater than 85 or lesser than? Clearly it is greater than. Why do you think so? Okay. On approximating or rounding off to the same language, guys. Let's stick to this actually. Rounding to nearest 10,000. We get 8,80,000. And so we can tell that the sum is greater than so on and so forth. Okay, yes, that's your answer over there. Will the sum be greater than 8,83,000? Okay. Let me round it off to nearest. So for this, since it's a very particular value, let me round it off to, I'm taking a bit more approximation, rounding it off to nearest 1,000. Or even 100 would have been okay, but let me stick to 1,000. It's much easier to add, right? So rounding to nearest 1,000, guys. We have 4,63,000. The number before that is 1, so we'll just stick to this. And here the number is 6. The influencing number is 6. So we need to add 1 to 9. So that will make it as 20, because 19 will become 20 on adding 1. And this will give us 8,83,000. So will the sum be greater than, for us, for me, what I got is less than. Sum is less than. Why do you think so? So same answer, on rounding to nearest 1,000, we get 8,83,000. Same thing actually. Let me copy this. Oh. Rounding to nearest 1,000. See, on depending on the situation, I am taking different how do you tell it, place value, right? Okay, let me actually write this. Yeah. So depending on the scenario, I'm taking the nearest 1,000, nearest, so on and so forth. So that's the whole agenda of this question actually. That's all. That's the main idea over here, that we can approximate to different positions, different place value, depending on the scenario. So what is the exact value? Let me look at the exact value. I already done it. So exact value is 8,82,810. 8,82,810. So can you guys pause and have a look? How close were we to the actual answer? Right? So we were kind of close with this as well. I'm talking about this particular approximation. It's pretty close actually. So yeah, we were able to answer all of this question right, because our approximation was kind of good. It worked out. Do you guys agree? So let's move on to the next question now. Again, I would want you guys to pause. You already had a very good question to understand what we are doing over here. Now the operation is just subtraction, and everything else, the idea remains the same. Okay, let's answer A and B together. Now we have 14,63,000 odd and 4,90,000. So we need to figure out the difference. So we'll round it off to, rounding to nearest 10,000, I guess, or a lakh. Yeah, we can round it to nearest lakh. Again, you might have rounded to nearest 10,000, but this is my working. So we have 14, this is the lakh place. before that is 6. So we need to increment it. 14 becomes 15. So 15 lakh minus 4 and 9. 4 becomes 5. And this. And the difference is 10 lakh. Now, are the estimation close? Whose estimation is close? We have 10 is the closest. Whose estimation is closer to the difference? So we have that to be Approxes, right? Will the difference be greater than? Yeah, it's greater than. Why do you think so? Because our nearest approximation to lakh gave us that. Will the difference be greater than this? Okay, for C, I will approach by approximating to rounding to nearest 1000. I'll take not lakh, not even 10,000, 1000. Whenever I get such question, for me, I feel like playing it safe, So let's actually look at 1000 position. This is 1000. This is 1. This is 1000. This is 0. So both are rounding down. So we have 1463,000 minus 4,90,000. And so the difference would be, actually I should have written it this way. I will do it that way itself. It's much convenient way to subtract. 0, 0, 0. This is 3. This is 7. And this is 9. Okay. So will the difference be greater? Yeah, it's greater. So what is the exact answer? Let's look at the exact answer. I have calculated, but I don't remember honestly. This is it, is it? Difference is over here. Are the numbers right? Okay. Yeah, we got it right. So 9,73,108. 9,73,108. Can you see that? 9,73, 9,73 is pretty good. Our approximations are pretty good. Right guys, it's very simple. If you understood approximation, addition subtractions are very simple. Please see to that you learn approximation. If not, all of this will not make sense.